Today we're going to make one of my favourite saltwater patterns, absolutely deadly for sea bass, but it'll also take salmon on the estuaries, sea trout. It's a deadly little fly, as you can see. Critical for sea bass. This has red eyes, and this is all based on Tubeology's tube system, and the reason is it has the interchangeable heads, so at the water's side we can swap heads for both colour, if we need to get a little more colour in our fly, or for weight, so we can use heavier heads and make our fly sink faster through the smaller fish to get to where the big fish are hunting. So this is the fly we will tie. Very simple components. Here we have DNA Holo Fusion. It is the white colour, and you'll see it is a mix of beautiful silvers and white with that real fishy glint. The back of our sand eel is going to be light olive Holo Fusion. Again, really good material, really effective. The final material that we're going to use are simple red eyes. For sea bass, absolutely deadly. So we're going to use 2 of these on either side of our sand eel. For tying, we're going to use Nano silk. This is a superb material that we've got from a company called Semperfli. The reason that we use this is it's very strong, but virtually unbreakable. That is flat. If we were to use it in twisted form in this manner, then it really is unbreakable. We've actually bent size 8 hooks just as an experiment in the vise. It's stronger than metal. It really is superb. We are going to use Bug Bond. As you can see, this is a well-used carton with a UV torch. This UV cure resin is absolutely incredible. For those of you that tie with epoxy, you're working in the dark ages. This will cure in 15 seconds with a UV torch. It is very powerful, and for a fly tire it means you can position, for example in this case our eyes, shine the torch, and 15 seconds later it's ready to go. Absolutely deadly. Finally, the last component and key component is the Tubeology tube. In this case we're going to be using a 20mm Tubeology tube. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to use our Tubeology vice clamp. This again is a big advance for tube fly tyres. We have a screw thread attachment, and this allows us to put our Tubeology tube onto our vice clamp. It screws onto the end of this steel bar and allows us to take our Tubeology tube and screw it into our vice. We're now ready to start tying. Right. The beauty of the Tubeology vice is, unlike traditional tube fly systems where you tie, you get to the end, you've used a very expensive piece of jungle cock, Tubeology won't turn on the vice clamp. So whereas normally you can get your tube fly spinning and unfurling, with Tubeology you cannot get that. It is in our vice clamp and ready to tie. So there we are, thread tied on. Next we'll take a few strands of DNA Holo Fusion in white. In this case we'll make a relatively small fly. We'll make a fly about 3 inches long. So if we simply cut our DNA Holo Fusion, we can then whip this in to our tying point on the front of our fly. So we'll now tie in the upper body of our sand eel. There we have it. Our sand eel is virtually finished. We will now whip finish. We simply squeeze on a small piece of bug bond, put in place our red eye, cure it with a UV light, flip over, now to give it a nice head using bug bond, we'll simply build up the UV resin. "15 seconds cure time, flip over, cured. Unlike using standard glues, take that away, our fly is now ready for use. We simply screw on our Tubeology fly, and there is our sand eel, ready for action. So simple, anyone can tie. Tight lines.